Hey everyone, this is Hound Hunter. I've been playing both the 40 card and 30 card versions. Both have felt good. This was the list VS posted. I tried it out last night. We climbed a little bit. It felt good as well. They're kind of trying to squeeze everything in. The difference between the 30 40 card version feels, the 30 card, it feels a lot more tight and efficient in that it just goes to its powerful things, where the 40 card version has a little more wiggle room, where it's, you have more life, but you're less likely to hit your powerful thing efficiently. So both have felt good. This list feels like it's a lot better against a control deck, something like a Blood Death Knight or a Priest. Even though you might think, well, don't I want 40 cards to win in Fatigue? No, you're not going to try to win in Fatigue. You're trying to win by making two giant King Crushes. But the other list feels kind of more because you have just random tempo plays. You have 5 more life. Against something like certain kinds of aggro, and even the mirror, having the 5 extra life can quite matter. And spending your money on sort of the man on the secrets, it feels like it has a little bit better tempo early options, so you're more likely to have a good curve on your early game, and you're more likely to less likely to sort of get wrecked by aggro. So anyways, this is the 30 card list. This is the one I recommend for most players, but both are completely fine. But this one runs the Conjured Arrow package, Star Power, and Haldera and Brightwing. If you don't have Haldera and Brightwing, you really don't need them. Just put a second Slither Spear in. Do you need Hope of Quel'Thalas though? You kind of do if you want the deck to be top tier, but you don't need Haldera. You could also swap to the full Secret package. The Secret package also works, where you run the Costume Stinger, and then you run the I believe the secrets that you run, and this is what my 40 card list does, where you run Double Hitting Meeting and one of Zombies. Bottom line, there's a lot of ways to play the deck, but probably the most crucial legendaries I feel like you do need Hope. Lothamar is free, so hopefully this, and the kind of top end of all, this Hydralodon, Stranglehorn Heart might say, well, do I need this? The reality is, if you're don't have some of this stuff, you're probably better off playing a generic Face Hunter build. Those will still have that similar Wild Seed and early tempo feel, but don't have the top end. They usually top off on Hydralodon. But the reality is, Hope of Quel'Thalas was nerfed for a good reason. Still an incredibly strong card. So remember what you can do with this deck. Why it's so fun is you can go Hope. You don't even have to go Hope. Go Lothamar, and then on turn 10 you go. You can go your Faithful Companion. This discovers a beast. So your King Crush became a 10/10, then came a 20/20, and then you double it, so you can do 40 damage for 7 mana. OTK control decks hate this deck. Just try not to draw King Crush. It's a skill issue. So anyways, what am I keeping in the Mulligan in general? I'm keeping 1-drops. I won't keep bunches of bananas unless I already have something like a Slither Spear or a Thor Mantle Musician to go with it. Sometimes I keep Barrel Monkeys, but don't be too eager to keep it. Better off going for better stuff. Keeping Spirit Poacher always, keeping Wild Spirits always, keeping Posic sometimes. And so very once in a while keeping Hope or Lothamar, and if I have a good read that it's a greedy matchup. So if I'm up against a Blood Death Knight and I know they're Blood Death Knight, let's say I played them earlier, definitely keep these greedy cards. So, but if you're up against Frost Death Knight, big mistake keeping these greedy cards, so that's why it's tough. So anyways, got some games for you guys. Enjoy. I feel like I want to keep Arrowline here.
I see you brought guests. Traveler. Hail! Guess who? Struggle!
Caught this one eating party snacks.
I get the stream snipe up, it's true. Check it over. Wait, was I supposed to? Oh, no, it's probably fine.
Hey, you! Install me before they hook it. Presentation is everything.
Wait, I don't have any way to deal exactly what damage. It's actually really annoying. Do I go coin Airlorn here? I feel like it's coin Airlorn. It's like a lot of stats. Don't like my other plays. I could look for something off on Nerubian, but I think I'll just do that next turn.
Here, girl. An ambush. My blood boils for war. Be free, spirits! You lack substance.
Oh, Chad. It died. I realized that's funny. Okay.
Quickly.
What do I do here? Ooh, okay. They have a.
The more you struggle, the better.
Ooh. Probably deadly shot, right? Where do I? Nah, let's take the deadly shot. That could be useful later. Value trade this. Everything is set up low thermar for next day. Here we go. Wait, did I forget the weapon hit? Oh, my bad. Yeah, I got distracted. I texted my friends what they thought of the mustache, and one of my friends hates it. One of my friends loves it, but so it's not sure. What's something you'd like to complain about today? I don't know. Wait, do I have lethal? I think I have lethal, right? King Crush. The list I got #1 legend with and published it, it ended up having like a 51% win rate. But I got #1 legend with it, and I played it a ton. Where like the boring lists that were very just simple, all curvestone, had like a 58% win rate, which I think is interesting.
Me have bags for you.
So, well, let's see. Let's take a look at some. Go explosive next. So let me look at like the first priest list I can find. See what the stats are.
The citadel stands strong.
Alright, I found the first control priest list I could find. I look at drawn win rate, diamond through legend. Dirty red doesn't even look that bad, so I'm surprised. I don't know. It doesn't look that terrible, but I don't know. It looks on the margin, so that's why I'm surprised that he's like, this card's terrible, but yeah, the stats, if I look at like, so I don't know, I'm not quite convinced that Dirty Red is terrible. Like, this is a diamond, wait, this is a bronze through gold. Okay, diamond through legend, it actually gets worse, that's interesting. And then at legend, so that's interesting. That's like a good case for Zacho's point of view. The card actually gets worse the higher level you go, which means players get better at playing around it, in theory, or the decks change. That's kind of funny. Like, it actually starts off not that bad at bronze through gold, and it gets really bad at the high ranks. I could go star power here, but the problem with star power here is that I might actually need it. Are they playing Blood Death Knight over there? Yeah, so I mean, it's probably just so. It's I think they both have, like, we don't have terms for even like how do we define what makes it a best deck, a good card. So it's a very hard argument to have, because okay, like if the definition I personally like for what makes make a deck the best is the way I look at it is what decks are capable of being taken to the highest percentage of win rate and getting #1 legend. But yeah, sad there's no way to disprove it. Yeah, I mean, well, so I think the case for stats. Well, here's the thing: someone getting #1 legend is stats. It does matter. Those are stats. So they're like, they have shown statistical evidence that they're able to get a list to a very high rank. I don't think it's really fair to say like that, like that's saying stats don't matter, because I think, but yeah, that makes sense. What does he say? I don't know. The King Crush does 20 damage right now, right?
They love a little fiddle.
But yeah, so I mean the stats make it very clear that for most players it's probably a marginal card, right? A marginal or bad card, and there might be better cards. Another thing that's interesting that I've noticed when building deck lists that I don't trust stats on is that stats will often, like, let's say you have, they don't really account for anti-synergies. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you have 4 drops. Well, and let's say all the 4 drops statistically look good individually, but when you run all of them, all their stats go down.
I see you brought I see you brought guests.
Get insane. Alright, this is like the optimal situation to have the 2-1. It's like turn 1, we're going first. Like, this is so good. Alright. Was the originalist doing bad? We were losing some games. Wasn't doing particularly bad, but it was just doing whatever.
The living grab all kinds of things. Love a little fiddle.
Guess. I didn't hit their octave, but yeah, force. I mean, singer in this spot, it's like a peasant, but better. Like it literally forced out a silence there, which is pretty good. We love a little fiddle. I know, right? And it like, oh my gosh, that's this top deck is so good. All right. So we were talking about beating priest. This is a really optimal hand. We have early curve, so we're going to do a lot of damage, and we're going to often force out suboptimal plays and resources. They'll probably stabilize. But then we slap down the Lothar, and then we have guaranteed late game. The problem is sometimes if you just have Lothar, they actually tempo you out. They play a good curve, and even sometimes like they can deny your wins. But when their curve, when your curve is really good. All right, what do I want to do here?
Living grab all kinds of things.
Let's play around coin clean the scene. Just don't draw a crush, I know. If you draw a crush after Lothar, it's not even the end of the world, to be honest, though.
Anybody?
Anybody? Anybody? Is it Jari?
Pick me, pick me. I'm gonna win.
Not that good. Oh wow, that's so good.
Got anything good? Got anything good? No creature deserves to be down.
Hands up my dice.
So why is Aralorn so good against Priest? Priest has powerful removal tools, but this is 3 different turns. So not only is this really efficient value, a 3-1, a 4-5, a 2-4, a 4-3, and 2 weapon hits for 6 damage for 5 mana, but it's spread out is actually good because now the priest, like if you just did all this, the priest just can get a clear in theory, but by spreading it out, which kind of just happens, right? Like it makes things more difficult for the priest, which is good for us, if that makes sense. Let's see, how many meetings have they played? Let's play around clean the scene. So, I don't even need the Lothar. We're just winning with a good old-fashioned tempo. Oh, that's frustrating. Dang. I could have played around that card instead. Let's see, how much damage do I have here? 6, 7, 9, not enough, so. But yeah, they are kind of dying here. There's the amazing Spanish music. We could put some on. Two cannibalizes. It's unfortunate because I did decks that plays that played better around. Alright, I can go tracking into King Crusher, right? Faithful? Did they cannibalize? This is probably the one play, right? Let's draw.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us. Our gift of frost shields us down.
Whirlpool, we just have Astro Lethal now. How much damage do I have here? I have 5 to face, right? 5 to face, 8 to face. Not lethal. So, right. So we'll just go double conjured arrow here. Okay. Start shooting. I can know I have King Crush in hand. I think I'm still just gonna load the tempo down. Misplay? What's my misplay, dude? Okay. This is not 14, dude. It is Mana Thirst is a mechanic. Alright, chat. Chat, did I ever tell you about the chat that cried lethal? It once was a chat. The chat kind of had a cocky swagger to it. Thought they knew everything about everything, you know? Wait, what? Oh, this sucks, chat. This really sucks, actually. Oh, God. Alright. Come on, take hits. That actually worked out really well. Okay. But yeah, we could just put Finley back in the deck. I mean, we still are just kind of winning with tempo and initiative here. Like they have to keep because we've done enough damage. They just have to respond every single turn, which is difficult.
Quickly.
We have plotted long enough. Now we rise.
Flame strike.
Looks like she's not sniping. Because, she knows I have King Crush in hand, but she doesn't know it's a 16-16 there. So, alright, well, Let's see. Do I ever keep this whole hand in the Arrowlorn? I kind of want to keep the Arrowlorn. Why no beard? Ah, it's been, dude, it's been freaking hot, devils. It's summer. I got the beard. I'm just like, I just need to take a break from the beard. The beard maybe comes back in October, in like maybe October. So a cowboy hat. Oh, a cowboy hat. That could be good. Full baby face is the worst. Yeah, people. It might end up being full baby face. So. Yeah, I know, right? It's. Ooh, this is such a. They're setting up for. What do I like here? Wild Spirits be good here. Is Hope good? I mean, all these are pretty bad to be honest, so I guess I take Hope. Conjured Arrow doesn't seem very good here.
Hey, you! Install these for me, won't you?
No, I hate when you have. Ooh, Hound is actually a pretty good top deck.
Creature deserves to be caged. I hunt alone.
So I could just go trade Hound, kill the bots, right? Yeah, here comes the 6 drop though. Probably going Hope before I kill this. I think I might actually. I could do the Hollow Hound, but I think I'm better off getting the Hope of Quality Loss down. This makes my Hollow Hound follow-ups on future turns so much better. Right here first. I think I YOLO face here. Because this gives me, I can do 13 damage to face from hand now. Doomlord, thank you for the 7 months. Can't let up anything so much, Doomlord.
The arcane surge within me.
Whoa, son of a gun, chat. We have both of these. That's actually not that great of arena though, so maybe we're okay. Ooh, is it ever Hydralodon? Dude, it might be Hydralodon over Hellhound actually. It's actually just better, I think. Like, this is just so much stats. We have 12 potential bursts next turn. We almost for sure win on turn 10 if we get there. No, not 12. 10 reverse, but...
The more you struggle, the too many minions. I have too many minions. Time grows short. I have too many minions. You stink! Arcane energy amplified.
Got the 1 mana spell here. Hey, lethal chat, let's go. Let's delete that on board, dude.
For now.
They're dead on board. I didn't even need the King Crush. Hero power is lethal. But King Crush gets the players who just have the pure like stats, bro. You're an idiot. Like I think that's a weak point of view. But confirmation bias is very much a thing as well. I think so. It's honestly both Zach and Meaty, in my opinion, have a reasonable point of view, and I don't really think. I think people will think it's the real question is if Meaty cut Dirty Rats and played it for 200 games, would he win more than if he didn't? That's like the real question for me, and that's a question that's very difficult to answer. Like if Meaty just listened to Zach in this situation, cut Dirty Rats, would he do better? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Need a bit more spice over here.
Oh, the other thing I talked about that I mentioned on Twitter is what I like to call good player bias. So imagine, so in poker and in backgammon, which are both games I used to play, like backgammon I never played that competitively, but I played poker very easily competitively. In poker, often you do suboptimal plays that are exploitable by good players. So what does that mean? You might like limp the button, or open limping, or like limping in general is usually a bad strategy in poker. But if you have a weak table or players who don't know what they're doing,
More spice over here.
if you do players who don't know what they're doing, limping can be a very good strategy in my opinion. So I think I might just take, should I take, I feel like Hydrolodon's actually stronger here. I already have a Hellhound. So, running games. So, I mean, Meaty, like, could easily be biased. I mean, everyone's biased, but, like, he could be wrong and just be playing well and making suboptimal decisions and doing well anyways. That's very, very possible. I think what I think is the most likely is that Dirty Rat is marginal. It gives a player a feel of agency, but like cutting it for another card is not going to help you that much either. That's what my opinion. That's what I think is the most likely. I don't think, you know, whatever Zacho's card over for Dirty Rat for the, you know, the 40th card or in the deck is going to be that much better than Dirty Rat. That's my instinct. But I don't really know. That's just kind of like what seems most likely to me. But yeah, it probably doesn't matter, but it's like it's probably not a big deal either way. But players feel it's a good deal, big deal. So yeah, that's what I think is most likely. That's the no hands take. It doesn't matter, but people need to it's fun to argue over shitty cards. So Chad, that's the actual new no hands take on everything. You're gonna die, so it doesn't matter. Kind of like that take. Let's see.
I hunt alone. I hunt alone.
So yeah, so yeah, it's for me. I consider it unlikely that a card that is truly terrible, that all the pros think it's good. I think it's much more likely that a card that is marginal, the pros think it's good, and the stats say it's marginal. Like that seems like a much more likely than every pro thinks the card is terrible. If that makes sense. Or every pro thinks it's good, and it's annoying.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Why 40 card? We've tried both. I don't have a good answer. I'm just trying things out.
Easier to draw blood than staunches. Our story, tragic. Our redemption, divine.
Reporting for duty.
They're strong. I feel like I've done about the same with both 50 and 40, but 40 is more fun. So